A pack of wolves howling, and is the sound that segues into the next scene, which is David pulling up in the bus, getting out and meeting his son.
One thing we did on Unbreakable that was great is to have James Newton Howard, the composer, start composing the music based on the script.
The thing that we talked about mostly was the idea that the music be, and this is a word he used a lot, have a singular quality to it. A singular quality meaning that, you know, the kind of thing that you could hear just one or two or three or four or five notes from and immediately say, ah, that's the music from Unbreakable. And that's not just in terms of melody, a thing you can whistle, but somehow that the music would have a quality to it, a tonality, a life of its own, a personality that would be just as distinctive as the film.
This is East Rail 177. Next stop, Philadelphia.
Unbreakable for me was by far the most I've ever put my performance in the hands of the director. He was always right on with how he saw the character, and I wanted to honor that.
When you're watching the film for the first time, you're just watching a story and you don't know exactly where it's going. When the film ends, you realize that what you've seen is, in a way, very similar to a comic book. And I think it would be interesting for people, when they go back and watch the movie a second time, to observe the ways in which this film is existing on two levels. It's existing on the level of a realistic story of a man who's a security guard and a man who has osteogenesis imperfecta, and the way that those two lives intersect. But it's also interesting to watch how this movie is a film version of a comic book.
I think I wanted to make feature-length Twilight Zones, you know, where something amazing happens in the last second and you realize you aren't watching what you thought you were watching. And then inevitably, when you go back and look back at the movie the second time, everything should have that feeling that it was inevitable, that this ending was going to be this way. It's natural.
Now that we know who you are, I know who I am.
These movies have become so known for their endings, and I wanted them to be elements of the movie and not so much just an ending. You know, just that's all it is, 1 2-hour ending. And it's something I struggle with, because I basically get an idea and then I develop it, and then an idea turns into this wonderful revelation. And now I sit down and go, well, do you want to do the revelation at the end of the movie? And so, you know, that's something I guess I'm going to be struggling with for a long time, because I may not do the next movie with that kind of ending, or I may do it the next movie after that. And it's been an interesting 2 movies here, watching everybody hearing gasps in the last 5 minutes of the movie.